All right, I've got a good show for you guys. I'm going to give you some fresh technicals on Tesla and Apple. Something's forming in the Apple chart and it looks pretty bullish to me. I'm going to go over that with you guys, and I'm going to let you guys know where I think the safest entry for Tesla is. Not sure that we'll get there, but I'm going to point out to you guys what I see in the charts, as well as 4 things that I'm watching this week that I know are going to move the markets and are important. We're going to break it all down for you. This is the Stocks with Josh show, as always. Thank you for the likes. Hit that subscribe if you need help trading these complicated, choppy markets. Okay, the 4 things that I'm watching, let's break them down one by one. I'm going to be watching Tuesday an economic report called the Consumer Credit Report. Now, this is a little bit tricky to interpret because it's kind of one of these situations where bad news might be good news. So if consumers are spending more money, it might mean that they're more bullish on the market. But if they're spending more money and if they're putting more money on credit cards, believing that tomorrow they're going to make more money and be able to pay it off, then that's going to drive inflation, which is going to get the attention of the Fed. And so the Fed's going to be looking at that as a gauge, as an inflation gauge. And so if we are increasing our debt, he's going to say, you know what, this economy's red hot. We know that inflation moves the Fed. And so when that data report comes out, we're going to watch and see how the market reacts to it, because that'll be a good indication of how the market thinks Jay Powell will react to that report. So we're watching that one on Tuesday. And then the second thing I'm watching this week is some earnings. Tuesday, I'm looking at Uber and Rivian. And Wednesday, I'm looking at Roblox, AMC, and Disney, all of them interesting companies and ones I've been trading recently. I'm going to be sharing all of the updates for the technicals on those in the Discord. If you don't know about the Discord, there's a Patreon run by the Stock Squad, which is 4 traders: Stockmo, Keenan Grace, Stock Up with Larry Jones, and myself. There's a link in the top pinned comment, and I'm going to be giving you guys earnings technicals for those companies this week. Third thing I'm watching is old Warren Buffett. Berkshire Hathaway had their meeting this morning, and it was revealed that Warren has been raising cash and investing in T-bills. And one thing that Warren said in his Berkshire Hathaway meeting is that right now they're looking at safety over yield in terms of short-term investments. And so I like to keep an eye on what Warren's doing. And right now he's stockpiling cash and he's moving out of stocks. Something to keep on our radar. And then the number 4 thing that I'm keeping my eye on this week is I'm watching old Jay Powell. He's actually going to be speaking 2 times this week, which we know will move the markets, and it will give the markets a clue as to what to expect in quarter 4 from the Fed. As I've been saying it, the Fed is now the CEO of the S&P 500. He's going to be speaking on Wednesday and Thursday, and we're looking to see if he's going to drop a hint about a potential rate hike this year. And so we will also be watching how the market responds to Jay Powell. And remember that I told you that the first 4 days of November are typically the most bullish days of the month, and we're seeing that. Last week and now today is going to be the 4th day, and we're still pushing up, but we have the risk ahead of us of Fed Powell turning these markets around and sending them back down. But I'm going to break down Apple and Tesla again, because again, I think both of them tell a story about the overall direction of the market, and I think you'll find that interesting. Before I do, let me take a quick station break. Again, thank you for the likes. Hey, I wanted to shout out, we've just got 5 openings left for the meet and greet in LA with the Stock Squad and the special guest Chris Sain. You got Stockmo, Keenan Grace, myself, Stock Up with Larry Jones, and Chris Sain all under one roof December 2nd in LA. Click the link in the top pinned comment or the description of the video to get your ticket and come out and meet us all. I would love to meet you guys. Make sure you secure your spot. Okay, the 2 stocks I'm going to cover today are Apple and Tesla. And remember, I cover Apple because, 1, I trade Apple, but also because it's a huge indicator of what is happening in the overall market. So what's been going on with Apple? Well, we saw that in August, Apple was up, hitting an all-time high in 2023, up 60% for the year, which was incredible. Since then, it's pulled back 16%. And the last time we covered it technically, I talked about the fact that I was watching for the formation of a head and shoulders pattern, and that the next move, if that were happening, would be a push up to 180. Today, we hit 179.43, but I started to look at the charts a bit more carefully, and even though that's still a potential pattern in play, there's a more obvious bullish flag forming that we may have already broken over, and I'm going to give you guys an explanation. I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to give you guys an explanation of how we will confirm that bullish flag, which could push Apple all the way back up to its all-time high this year still, or at least into the 190s. And this bullish flag had its breakout when the price pushed above $176. One, we want to see it stay above $176. I think it is likely for it to come back and back test 176. And if we see momentum from there, then that bullish flag is looking pretty good. But it doesn't get confirmed unless it does something. It's got to get over its previous swing high, which I see as being $180. And so we need to see two candlestick closes above 180 to confirm that bullish flag and that move up from here. Now, even if we were to come down and not push above that 180 right now, it doesn't mean that this pattern is nullified. We would then be looking to make a higher low. Remember, the last low was around 165 bucks, and so even if we were to come down from here, as long as we don't break 165, we have a beautiful bullish flag pattern forming on Apple. And we've got a clear target that if we get over 180 and we close 2 days, we know that we're going to be in a longer bullish Apple trend. That's what I'm watching in the charts. I hope you guys can keep your eye on it as well. Now, Tesla, out of all the big tech stocks today, Tesla's doing the worst. All the rest of them are green. Tesla's been either neutral or red today, but I'm not bearish on Tesla. I think the worst is behind it. But here's what Tesla often does. It front runs all the rest of big tech. And so oftentimes, if it's going south 1 or 2 days ahead of the rest of big tech. It sometimes signals to me that the rest of big tech might be moving a bit slower and could catch up to the downside. So that's one thing that I'm considering with Tesla. But I'm going to keep my analytics on Tesla very, very simple. In the Discord on Sunday, I told everybody that at bare minimum, we needed to come back and back test the 200-day moving average, which we did. We've actually broken beneath it, but we're playing with the 200-day moving average today. We got to see how today closes. Now, here's what I would tell you. As far as an entry price for Tesla, the safest entry price beneath where we're at today would be a touchdown at $213. Now, you would still need to use a stop loss. You'd still need to put it right beneath 213. You put it where you think it's safe, but that would be the safest entry. Tesla's still overall, the chart's looking very bullish to me. I like the Tesla chart right now. And guess who else Tesla's looking super bullish to? Jim Cramer has come out and said that Tesla's killing it, that Elon Musk is way ahead of the legacy automakers and all the problems that they have with the unions, and he's super bullish on Tesla right now. And so I'm curious, how does that make you feel? Should we second guess being bullish? Does this mean that Tesla has a risk of going down more from here? I don't know. You let me know in the comments. Right now, safest entry for me is right around 213. Watching it to see how it does today. If it quickly reclaims the 200-day moving average, the big picture is this thing is likely going to go to 234 and 240. Not too far from now, especially if Apple leads the entire market higher. That's what I see with Apple and Tesla today. That's it for today. After I'm done with this, I'm going to post a couple more technicals for tomorrow's earnings over in the Discord, and I'll be in there to answer some questions. I hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure you hit that subscribe to get the next update. Peace and blessings, my friends. We'll talk soon.